What is good though? You already know who it is though. It's that nigga with the fro. What is good, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the very first edition of this brand new series here. It is called Rags2Riches, and basically let me break it down for you guys what it is. Pretty much, I'm going to be building a team, or at least in this first episode, I'm going to be building a team. This is why the episode is called Team Building. This is going to be the first episode of the Team Building clearly. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a team that you guys will see me use throughout the week. Now this team, hopefully, you know, people won't take it upon themselves to try and counter my team exactly and everything like that, because you never know. I could be using this team or I could not be using this team. You never really know. But basically what it is I'm building this team, and basically I'm trying to teach myself. I'm trying to learn a lot of like information about competitive battling, Wi-Fi battling, and you guys have the chance to be a part of it, and I really hope you all really do try to take part of it and help me out, and hopefully, you know, maybe you'll learn some things as we go along as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop, you know what, I'm gonna give you guys a whole rundown of basically everything, right? Okay, so we have the team building exercises here, pretty much for me to just build teams, and you guys can critique the teams and tell me what you don't like, tell me what you do like, tell me what I should change and stuff like that. Then the next part will be the actual Wi-Fi battles, which I will be getting from Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, be sure to hit that follow button. The link will be down in the description. All you have to do is follow me, and basically just wait for me to tweet out a team. And then yeah, so I'll probably say like every couple of months or whatever, I'm probably gonna do like a little pit stop. I'm going to go over basically what I've learned. So I'm pretty much putting myself like in Pokemon school right now. I mean, that's essentially what it is. I'm putting myself in Pokemon school, and I'm actually really excited about it. I'm actually really learning to like, I'm really happy, and I'm really excited to learn a lot about it. Just like literally just jump into it and just knock it out the park, honestly. So, but yeah, so like I said, this very first episode is just going to be team building, and this team that you guys see here is going to be the team that I'm going to be using throughout the week. So, you know, it's actually probably going to be pretty hard for people to counter me, because, you know, these will already be done and over with by the time you guys see them, but, you know, there may be weeks where I just do live battles and stuff like that, but yeah, so I'm hoping to really take this Wi-Fi and competitive battling serious. So that is the whole rags to riches. I'm going from nothing. I really don't know a whole lot about Wi-Fi battling. I know like some basics, but I want to be rich in my competitive knowledge, rich in my battle experience, my battle knowledge. So that's where the rags to riches logo, or the rags to riches like title came from. So if you guys are hyped as I am to just get this series rolling, if you guys are hyped to be a part of it, if you guys are hyped to watch me learn, nigga, I'm basically putting myself in school right now. I mean, who willingly goes back to school? You know what? I don't care. I'm really hoping to have some fun with this. I think I'm gonna have some fun with this, because I'm already hyped as fuck to do it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Oh, and like I was saying, if you guys are hyped, be sure to smash the hell out of that like button down below. Okay, now we can really get into this video. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and admit now. Listen to me now. Listen to me. I'm gonna go ahead and admit I do already have a few teams that were like pre-built, and that's basically what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna have the teams pre-built, and then I'm gonna, you know, go back and build them through here. So what we're gonna start with here is we're gonna start with an OU team, because OU and UU are my most familiar tiers. So I'm gonna go with OU to start off. So what we're gonna see, let's see. I know there's a lot of there's some good Pokemon in here, right? But I actually had this team originally that was mixed here, but I decided to just literally stick with just OU. Like, you know, you guys might see like an OU team building, you might see a UU team building, and then in the future, once I get a little more experience, you guys will see a mixed tier team building. Because most of my teams that I play, honestly, are mixed tier. Just because, for example, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like, I like to use Cresselia. I really love that Pokemon. I like to use stuff like, you know, like I said, Cresselia. Honestly, Cresselia is probably the main one. I just really like using Cresselia. So I usually just throw Cresselia or Electros in like every team that I have. I don't know why. I just do. But anyway, I need to just get out of that little rut. So what we're gonna do here? Let's clap. Let's get it. We're gonna let's see. We're gonna go with a Breloom here. Breloom for that grass fighting. We do have, I really like Breloom, as a matter of fact, you know, and a lot of times I tend to pick a lot of Pokemon based off design, which probably isn't the best idea to do, but it is what it is, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of fall under that, you know. I am that guy. I'm like, you know, that Pokemon looks cool as fuck, I want to use it. But we're gonna go with a Breloom here, and let's see. Like I said, I do have these teams pre-built, so I'm basically just gonna run down the list of what I've got on it. Of course, we have to give it a nice and powerful nickname. We're gonna name it Bop. We're gonna make it shiny because shiny Breloom looks dope as fuck. And on this one, we actually have Poison Heal. Hello, if I can, let's say, no, excuse me, we have Toxic Orb, excuse me, and then we have Poison Heal as the ability. So, the reason I really like this, I mean, the Poison Heal, the Toxic Orb, it's better than Leftovers, you know what I mean? I like that it's better than Leftovers. You don't have to worry about getting burned pretty much because I'm already gonna be Toxic Orb, I'm already gonna be poisoned. So it's really nice that I don't have to worry about being burned and like my attack being, you know, cut in half from the motherfucking burn. And then over here, we're gonna give this thing Drain Punch, which is a nice fun move. We're gonna give it Seed Bomb as well. And let's see, Swords Dance, of course, for the up of my attack by 2 stages. And then we're gonna give it Stone Edge for the nice and powerful coverage. And then of course, you can't have anything other. You can't have anything other, motherfucker, than Jolly over here. You can't have nothing but Jolly in this bitch. Of course, you're gonna have Jolly. I'm gonna give it 252 attack, 252 speed, and 4 HP. And that will pretty much round out that. Now again, like I said, as far as like team building and doing this stuff, you guys have to kind of work with me a little bit because I may not, I know for a fact I'm not going to say everything right. I'm not going to say everything perfectly. I'm probably going to stutter over a lot of things because this is completely new to me, this team building thing. So you guys will have to literally just work with me. You guys will see. Hopefully in like a month or two, we will really be rocking and rolling. I won't even need to like pre-build teams. I can just do it live in the video. So next up on this team here, now, one thing that I don't know if everybody does this, but I will say that one thing that I was taught, at least that I kept with me, was the fact that you should have 2 physical attackers, 2 special attackers, 1 physical wall, and 1 special wall. Now I know that's it's like I guess a standard thing. That's just what I was taught and what like really sticks with me. So what we're gonna do is we have our first physical attacker here. So that means that we should go ahead and land ourselves another physical attacker. And this physical attacker, we're gonna actually get ourselves a Mamoswine here. Mamoswine is actually, I really like this. I really like Pokemon. Just in general, you guys have seen Mama Pump the Mamoswine. You guys have seen Mama Pump the Mamoswine in previous videos and everything. So I really do like it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a choice band. The only thing I don't like, of course, because the choice items make you you know, the choice items lock you into that particular move. That's the only thing I don't like, but you know, it is what it is. You can honestly work around it. It's not like the worst thing in the world, to be honest. It's really not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know, sometimes I feel a little hindered because of that. Sometimes I'm like, you know, maybe if I had like a Leftovers, or maybe if I had a I was gonna say choice scarf, but that, you know, that's still the same thing. I don't know. I was thinking about either choice scarf or choice band on Mamoswine. I don't know if choice scarf is a regularly run item. Mamoswine's not, I guess Mamoswine's not really the fastest thing out there, so I don't see, choice scarf could possibly, it could work out for you, but again, it would kind of hinder you, you know. I don't know, what do you guys think? You guys can let me know what you think down in the comment section, because like I said, I'm not gonna say everything perfect, and it's all good, but so it's gonna be choice band, thick fat, Mama Pump the Mamoswine here. We're gonna give this thing Ice Shard. We're gonna give it, oh, that's not it, Ice Shard. We're gonna give this thing Icicle Crash, which the Icicle Crash is actually like, it's stab, it's nice, it's stab, it's a powerful move, has a chance to flinch. Ice Shard is just for priority and stab. You know, you get that priority off. A lot of times what happens is I end up getting like, I'll get myself into a situation, for example, you know, you choice band, you get locked into the move that you use, and it's like, you know, sometimes you, again, like I said, that kind of, it does kind of hinder you, but sometimes you just need to get that priority in there. And because Ice Shard is a physical move, choice band, yeah, it works out. But next up, we're gonna give this thing Stone Edge again for the coverage. Now, I could honestly not, I don't necessarily have to give this thing Stone Edge, because we do have Stone Edge on our Breloom here, and I'm actually kind of bad about running Stone Edge like just for coverage on every Pokemon. I know I could swap this out. I know I could swap it out. But we're just gonna give it Stone Edge right now, just for the simple fact that like I said, I've used this team before, and you guys have most likely seen. Well, I haven't used this exact team, but you guys have most likely seen most of this team before. So that I'm just gonna give it Stone Edge because, like I said, I know how this team plays out. And but the point, honestly, of this whole series is for me to get more experience with everything else. So, you know, just work with me, just work with me, just work with me. And then, of course, the last move we're gonna give this thing is a nice and not okay. There we go. It's a nice earthquake, and that's gonna be that's gonna take care of that. Of course, we are gonna make this thing not Jolly, but we are gonna make this thing adamant. I don't know if Jolly Mamoswine is a regular thing. Like I said, you could run Jolly Choice Specs Mamoswine. I think again, I could be completely wrong here, but I think that's a thing that you could do. I mean, I guess it would make sense, but you do have priority already, so you know it is, and it would be kind of weird because you do have priority with Ice Shard as it is, and like I said, Mamoswine is not the fastest thing out there, but you know, I think that it could probably work. So we're gonna give it 4 HP, 252 attack, and then 252 speed. Like I said, you know, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but like I said, the choice specs thing, I mean, the choice scarf could work. Jolly choice scarf Mamoswine could work. I feel like it could work. Again, if you think I'm wrong, nigga, let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know down in the comment section below. Alright, so basically we have our 2 physical attackers here, which are completely taken care of, so that's nice and powerful. Now we're gonna move on to our physical wall. Now our physical wall here, I actually a lot of times, well, I won't say a lot of times, sometimes I tend to run like a mixed thing, and I noticed that in a team that I had earlier when I was going over. I was like, you know what, let me look at some different teams. I was noticing something that I did earlier where I would do like 252 attack, 252 defense and 252 special defense, which is not a good idea. It's really not a good idea because then you have, like, technically you end up with like 3 walls, and it's just, you really, the points could be spent elsewhere and could be much more efficient elsewhere. But we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a Gliscor here. Will be our first, or not the first physical wall, but will be our physical wall. I'm gonna name this Gliscor Sir Gregor. Powerful motherfucking name, man. Powerful motherfucking name. Of course, I'm gonna make this thing shiny because blue is amazing. That looks so sick. We're gonna give this thing poison, excuse me, we're gonna give this thing also toxic orb and poison heal as well. Again, I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing that I have, for example, toxic or poison heal Breloom, and also have toxic heal, or excuse me, toxic or poison heal Gliscor. Again, I start to, after a while, like for example, when I do free-for-alls or when I do double battles or when I do really any battles, I lean really towards Assault Vest, and I lean really hard towards leftovers, and sometimes I'm like, I feel like I have too many of the same item, but then other people tell me like it's not really that big of a deal. The items, they do matter, but at the same time, it's like even if you have 4 leftovers, 1 assault vest and 1 choice band, for example, it's not the worst thing in the world. So that's something I gotta get used to, because a lot of times I'm like, you know, leftovers are so helpful, but I'm like, for some reason I get like afraid using, for example, like Chesto Berry, using the Citrus Berry and stuff like that, when I see other people put it to such good use, but I don't think I'm like to the point yet where I'm confident enough to like experience with a bunch of different items. So, you know, and you guys will most likely see that in a lot of the teams that I build. You guys will see that a lot of times, like, I could have better items, or I could have this, or I could have that, and I don't, just because honestly I'm not that experienced with it and everything. So it's all good though, it's all good. Anyway, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna give this Gliscor, we're gonna give it Toxic, we're gonna give it EQ. Of course, that's pretty standard stuff. We're gonna give this thing Protect, and lastly, we're gonna give this thing Knock Off. Again, this is pretty standard stuff. Pretty much like everyone runs the same set with Gliscor here. I couldn't sit here and tell you a different set that I've seen, because really this is like the pretty basic stuff here, pretty basic stuff. All right, so in this thing is going to be our physical wall, so we're going to give this thing 252 in attack, or excuse me, 252 in HP, 252 in defense, and then we're going to give this thing 4 speed. And then it's gonna, of course, going to be motherfucking Impish Nature here, which is plus defense and minus special attack. So this is looking all really good right here. So we have our physical attacker, another physical attacker, and our physical wall. So let's now start off with our first special attacker for the team. Now, a lot of people actually kind of know this Pokemon. A lot of people love this Pokemon, so we're just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. We're going to grab ourselves a Gengar. Of course, we can't have a Mega Gengar because Mega Gengar is banned to Ubers, but we can have ourselves a Gengar. And that's what we're gonna get. Of course, we're gonna get a Gengar, name it Nappy, hashtag Nappy Nation, motherfucking shout out Nappy Nation and shit. And yeah, you know what? Shiny everything just looks better, you know? It just really does. Now on this Gengar, I'm gonna give this thing Focus Sash. Now a lot of times, this is another thing that I kind of I'm kind of like on edge about, on the fence about this item, Focus Sash, because a lot of times, and again, it could just be me not playing it correctly, which is completely possible. It could just be me not playing it correctly, but my focus, I know, because once you get hit for the first time, it breaks your focus, unless you get full HP again and then your focus is back. I don't know. I think that's right. I think that's right. If your Focus Sash gets broken and you get back to full HP, your Focus Sash is restored. I think I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. And a lot of times I end up sending this thing in, and it just like, it literally breaks the focus, and then the Focus Sash is pretty much useless. So again, it's like one of those items that I'm kind of on the fence about, but you know, I've used it effectively before, but at the same time, it's like I'll get myself into a lot of situations where I just kind of waste it, or at least I feel like I wasted. So the moveset for we're gonna give this Gengar here. We're gonna give this thing Shadow Ball, because that's pretty standard stab move right there. We're gonna give this thing Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt is, honestly, I'm pretty sure Thunderbolt is like a normal, you know, it's a normal moveset. Thunderbolt on Gengar is actually really nice for the coverage. We're also gonna give this thing Sludge Bomb, which is also gonna be another form of stab. And then we're gonna give this thing Destiny Bond, because I love fucking people up with Destiny Bond Gengar, because I'm fast, and most of the time, you know, a lot of times I'll get myself again into a situation where the Focus Sash Destiny Bond really does work, right? You send out your Gengar, you get almost one shot, you live with the Focus Sash, your Destiny Bond, because most of the time you're gonna outspeed, because if you're not gonna kill him, most of the time you'll outspeed him. And honestly, I don't know, I kind of probably, I probably use, like, I'm using this set right, I believe, but at the same time, I feel like this set, this Gengar set could be more useful if it was a different set, you know. I mean, not this set could be more useful, but I feel like I would have more success with Gengar if I ran a different set on it. But, you know, it is what it is. This is just what I'm familiar with, so just, you know, it is what it is, nigga. It is what it is. All right, so we're gonna make this thing Timid Nature here. And Timid Nature is going to be plus speed, of course, and minus attack. We're going to give this thing 252 in attack. We're going to give it 252 in special attack, and then we're going to give it 4 in HP. And that will round out our Nappy the Gengar here. Hashtag Nappy Nation. All right, so next up we have one more special attacker that we gotta find ourselves here. Now the question for myself a lot of times is, what do I actually want the special, you know, do I want it to be like a bulky special attacker, or do I want it to be another like frail, like a Gengar, you know, like a Focus Sash type special attacker? Well, on this particular team, I decided to go with the almighty Togekiss. Of course, everyone knows Togekiss is just bulky as shit. I named my Togekiss here Tyra motherfucking Banks. Don't ask me why, I just feel like it fits for some reason. It's just me though. The shiny, actually, I don't really like that much, but it is what it is. We're gonna give this thing Leftovers because like I said, I really like Togekiss is another Pokemon. It's like almost all my OU teams run Togekiss. I don't really know what it is. I just really like this Pokemon. It's like, hello, like Paraflinch is just fucking OP as hell. Paraflinch is crazy OP, but we're gonna give this thing the ability Serene Grace. We're gonna give it let's see. We're gonna give it Roost here. We're gonna give it Dazzling Gleam for the stab. Of course, the Roost for the heal, and the Dazzling Gleam for the stab. We're gonna give it Air Slash also for stab and for the flinch ability. And then last but not least, we're gonna give it Nasty Plot here. So this thing here is honestly, like it says right here, bulky special sweeper. You know, you Nasty Plot first turn, you take some damage, you Roost, or if you can just eat it up or whatever you're expecting a switch, you can Nasty Plot again, or you can just go ahead and Roost off the damage or Roost up the damage, whatever. Get your HP back, and then basically just start air slashing everything, and it just, you air slash like you get flinches all day long. And the only other set that I would run on this thing is if I was running a special wall Togekiss, which in this is actually a special attacking, like this is a especially offensive Togekiss set that I'm gonna run here. But normally, or I won't even say normally, the other set that I would run would be a specially defensive or a wall Togekiss, where basically I'd run Roost, Thunder Wave, Substitute, and Air Slash or something like that. Basically just hacks people out. Like it is super hacksy, like out of this world hacky. It's ridiculous. We're gonna make this thing though. Excuse me, we're gonna give this Togekiss the Calm Nature. It's gonna up its special defense. I mean, again, it is a bulky, special, sweeping Pokemon. I mean, technically speaking, you could use it as a wall, which I mean, I will be using it as a wall, but at the same time, I'm also giving it 252 attack here, or excuse me, special attack as well, and then 4 HP. So that's gonna round out that. And then, oh, as you know what? As a matter of fact, I believe I did this backwards. As a matter of fact, this is supposed to be, let's see, 252 special defense, 252 HP. Excuse me, 252 HP, and then 4 speed. And then this is still going to be Calm Nature here, and that's going to be my special wall. Excuse me, I actually had these Pokemon, I had the sets mixed up. This is actually my special wall here, but a special attacker on this OU team is going to be none other than Rotom Wash. So I actually was I was talking on the side of my neck a minute ago, but I think I was kind of making sense to you guys as far as like this Togekiss here. Like for example, I could get rid of the Nasty Plot here, and I could give it a Thunder Wave. You know what I mean? Like that's for sure Thunder Wave. That gives me a guaranteed paralyzation. I've got the Roost for damage, I got the Air Slash for the Paraflinch, and I got Dazzling Gleam for the stab, pretty much. And you know what? Actually, I might actually go with this. Let's just give it Thunder Wave, because I kind of like this. I kind of like this even more. We're gonna give it Thunder Wave. Keep keep the EVs and the nature the same. We're gonna give it Thunder Wave because I actually really like that set a little bit more. And since I was talking outside of my neck, and I was I was saying that it was a physical, or excuse me, it was a especially offensive Pokemon when it was actually a special wall. But it is what it is. So next up here we have Rotom Wash. Now this I know this is our special attacker for the team. We're gonna give this thing choice specs. Now again, this is gonna be pretty standard stuff here. We're gonna name this, and this is the Pokemon that I base this whole team off of, or at least the name of the team. I'm gonna name this thing Merc and Jerk because little Rotom Wash is just tugging along on his little junk there. Of course, you gotta make him shiny. We're gonna give this thing 252. We're gonna give this thing a Trick. We're going to give this thing Volt Switch, of course. It's pretty standard stuff. We're also going to give it Hydro Pump, and last but not least, we're going to give it Hidden Power Fire. Now, Fire again, just for the type coverage. Let's see. A lot of times, you know, you'll see like a. I'm trying to think. You'll see. Like a Mamoswine come in, try to Icicle Crash, or because I'm pretty sure Ice is super effective against Rotom Wash. I could be wrong there. I could be wrong, but a lot of times you see that happen. And for example, another thing is like you'll see a Greninja swap in for the Ice Beam on a Rotom. You know what I mean? If you can eat it up pretty much, or you can outspeed him, then you go for a Hidden Power Fire. Or if you can eat up an Ice Beam, if the Rotom Wash can eat up an Ice Beam, you go for a Hidden Power Fire after the type change from Protean on the Greninja, for example, and you basically bop him with Hidden Power Fire. So that is that. Now, excuse me. On this Rotom, we're going to give this thing, of course, it's going to have Levitate. We're going to give this thing Timid Nature here. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Timid Nature here. We're going to give it 252 in speed. We're going to give it 252 in special attack. And then we're going to give it 4 in HP. So that pretty much rounds out our team here. We got our Breloom. We have Bop the Breloom. We have Mama Pump the Mamoswine. We have Sir Gregor the Gliscor, Nappy the Gengar, Tyra Banks the Togekiss, and Merc and Jerk the Rotom Wash. So again, I know there's probably a lot of mistakes that I said that were wrong, or a lot of things that I said were wrong, some mistakes here and there, but you guys have to take into consideration, like I said, you know, I'm gonna do the best I can with trying to learn these things. Basically, I'm immersing myself into this into the competitive battling and learning basically as much as I can. So if you guys are hyped for this series, if you guys want to be a part of it, make sure you follow me on Twitter, you know, and I'll be tweeting out when I'm looking for battles. Of course, they will be, you guys will get all the information, whether it's specific tiers, whether it's mixed tiers, etc, etc, etc. And I'm hoping you guys really are going to be enjoying this as much as I do, because I'm really fucking hyped to do this. Like, I'm really excited to get this done. I'm really happy I got the team made, even though I was kind of fucking up what I said right here with the Tyra Banks, the Togekiss, and but I do run a physical, I mean, I do run a especially offensive Togekiss. That is another set that I have run. It actually is powerful. It's OP as fuck, and yeah. But anyway, guys, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you could hit the like button down below and share it around. I'm really hoping this series takes off for me, because I'm excited to do it. Like, I'm gonna do it regardless, to be honest, but I'm really excited to do it. So anyway, I'll get out of here now. You guys hit the like button down below if you did enjoy. As always, it has been Twit, and I am out. Peace.